Well now, what I consider kind of the starter genre when it comes to really starting to get into fragrances, something that's mass appealing, super fresh, very easy to wear, very appealing to others. You're just going to smell good. It's fresh and clean, light blue fragrances. I've got 15 of my favorites for you. Stay tuned. So starting off with one that does not get a lot of love because it's lackluster in performance, but there's no denying how great the scent smells. It is the light blue version of Boss Bottled. It's Boss Bottled Tonic. They took the Boss Bottled DNA, made it much more mass appealing, and turned it into a light blue fragrance. Now, just because most of these are a light blue juice or colored bottle, that's not why I categorize them as light blue, because your description of a blue fragrance is usually something mass appealing, easy to wear, compliment getter. They usually perform pretty well. Most people, the general public, will like the way they smell. They're versatile. They have an easy to wear, easy to like type of vibe. Well, with light blue, that category takes that same premise and just freshens up the fragrance. Lighter, more citruses, maybe it's more aquatic, more of a beach vibe, but just lighter, fresher, more airy, even easier to wear and easier to like, and that is exactly what Boss Bottled Tonic is. Fits the video topic perfectly. Like I said, lackluster performance, 3 hours at best, but it does smell incredible. You can get them pretty cheap, even up to the 200 ml bottle size. You can get in the 40 some odd dollar range. It's great for an extremely hot day. You can spray it heavy. When people can smell you, they're gonna think you smell great, because that's what light blue fragrances are good for. And Boss Bottled Tonic is definitely a pretty good one. One of the newer releases that got quite a bit of hype that when it came out, it's essentially the replacement for the discontinued and beloved Acqua di Gio Essenza. Of course, I'm talking about the fingerprint magnet, Bentley Silverlake. So this does have a lot of similarities to the Acqua di Gio line, but on a much more mass appealing stage than that. It's an amberwood bomb that really helps it perform. There's some citruses here. It's extremely fresh. This is like one of those powerhouse light blue fragrances in this video, because it's definitely in that beast mode territory. This will reach out and grab somebody. Sure, it's more on the synthetic side because of the heavy dose of amberwood in here, but no denying it smells really good. It can garner a lot of positive attention. Definitely get you some good compliments. It's a beast. It's strong enough to cut through whatever type of cold if you just like fresh fragrances and don't like the darker stuff in the cold weather. But definitely in the spring, summer, early fall, the warmer weather, this fragrance will shine, has shined, and will continue to shine as they start to show up more from discounters and get a little bit cheaper. This is going to be a must on a lot of people's summer list this year, and one you should definitely check out, a light blue stunner. Like I said, doesn't have to have light blue colored juice or a light blue bottle to be a light blue fragrance. It's all about scent profile, and Bentley Silverlake is just that. Next is one that, even though discontinued, they do pop up. I don't know if FragranceBuy.ca still has a stock, but here for a little while, they've had a stock of Mercedes-Benz Cologne. This is more on the citrus heavy side of what makes a light blue fragrance. Very, very appealing, very easy and enjoyable to wear. Strong compliment getter, average performer. Some have even told me they get above average performance on this one, but it's a fantastic fragrance. Worthy of a spot in your collection. Dior Homme Cologne type of scent DNA, but even more citrusy than that. Where Dior Homme Cologne has that lemonade smell, this has some oranges and mandarin orange. I believe there's even a little bit of tangerine if I'm not mistaken. So there's a bit more citrus in here. It's just super fresh and inviting. It's a delight to wear. They don't get much easier than these citrus bomb, citrus heavy, light and airy fragrances. And Mercedes-Benz Cologne is absolutely that. Hell, I have a 75 ml backup tester bottle because it's one that I want to have mini sprays available to me for quite a long time, because I tend to spray this one pretty heavy when I wear it. And it's one that if you get your hands on, you'll understand the hype behind it. This is another one that's absolutely worth owning. If you can get your hands on it, get your hands on Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Now, while its eau de parfum big brother is a straight up blue fragrance. It's got a lot more sweetness and density to it. It's a beast performer. YSL, the Eau de Toilette, not just because of the juice color, definitely falls into the light blue territory, whereas the aldehydes, the added citruses, the lighter overall scent profile and concentration lends it to being probably my new favorite light blue fragrance. This stuff is so good. I've featured this a lot lately on the channel. That should tell you guys that watch me on a regular basis that I really, really, really love this fragrance. It's been popping up a lot on this channel for good reason. It was a blind buy. I had a decant of the EDP. Love the EDP. Find it a little overwhelming at times, a little cloying when you don't necessarily want something to just be in your face for 10 hours. This would be the way to go. 6 to 7 hour fragrance, strong compliment getter, still a much fresher version. While the Eau Fraiche could technically go right here as well, I feel like this one does a great job at pretty much everything when it comes to a light blue freshie. One of the best in my collection, well, regardless of whose collection, in my opinion, it's one of the best out there. And deserves some more attention from everybody, in my opinion. Obviously, it's an ambergris scent. If you don't like ambergris, which is a salty ambergris type of smell, you won't like this. But if you do like scents like that, it's one of the best ones out there, in my opinion. One of the better light blues. My favorite, really. YSL EDT. Next is actually my overall favorite fragrance, and it just so happens to fall into that light blue territory because it's fresher, because it's more aquatic than the original in its own line, because the original in its line I would consider more of the blue fragrance, whereas Invictus Aqua from Paco Rabanne I would consider to be the light blue fragrance. Like I said, not just because of the color here on the gradient design of the bottle, but because of that scent profile. Soapy, fresh, a little powdery. There's a beautiful grapefruit note in here. It's very aquatic at the same time. It's light and airy. It's a pretty solid performer without being a beast. I would say average to slightly above average in projection and in longevity. In my experience, a massive compliment getter. Nothing's gotten me more compliments than this fragrance has in my lifetime. Must own, in my opinion. My opinion now. Some people don't like this fragrance. I've had people tell me in the comments in the past that they just don't care for it. It smells like this, that, or the other, or too synthetic, or whatever. Everybody's got their opinions, and mine is this is a banger. One of the best light blue fragrances on the market. Definitely this and EDT are my two current favorite light blue style fragrances. And if you haven't tried it yet, don't knock it until you try it. Not necessarily a must buy, but absolutely a must try, in my opinion, so you can know for sure if it's for you, because it's definitely for me. Invictus Aqua. One of the most popular light blue style fragrances ever has got to be Versace Man Eau Fraiche. You know, when it comes to super fresh citrus, clean musk, a little fresh spicy, seldom do it better than this one. For having that set of accords and really blending well together, for being synthetic, but still so fresh, so clean, so inviting, and such a strong compliment getter. This is one of those fresh fragrances that ladies love when they're man. Whether it be you're the boyfriend, or you're the husband, or you're the side piece, or whatever you are to her. Your lady's gonna like the way this one smells. Traditionally and historically, from the information I've gathered in personal experience and things I've seen and things I've been told, this is one of those kinds of fragrances, guys. If you're looking for some really good attention, one that can do it all, one of the best light blue fresh fragrances out there. Hands down, has been for years. This is a pillar in anybody's collection. This is one of those fragrances that you get when you're starting to build a collection, because this one's pretty much a must-have. Yes, there's a few ways to smell like it for a few dollars less, like Azzaro Chrome Sport, for example, or if you like a more floral touch, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue for women. That's a more floral version of this, but at the end of the day, you want Versace Man Eau Fraiche, you got to get Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Next, one of the most popular cheap-ass fragrances out there. And when I say cheap-ass fragrance, I mean, I've never seen it above $20. I mean, if you spend over $20 on this fragrance, it's because you bought it from a Nautica store. That's the only way that's going to happen, I think. Talking about Nautica Voyage. Crisp, green apple, sharp, aquatic, light and airy. fresh and clean fragrance. I mean, it's another one that's a must when you're starting your collection, and even, you know, enthusiasts that have larger collections, which when you're getting above 30 to 50 bottles, I consider that a pretty damn large collection. You know, you're really into it if you have that many bottles. And even at that size collection and above, there's a place for Nautica Voyage in every collection, in my opinion. Like I said, if you like green apple, Jolly Rancher, anything green apple, synthetic green apple, you'll like this. This is that smell. It's watery, super fresh. It's actually a decent performer, and you're going to pay anywhere from like $12 to $20 depending on where you find it. It's the #1 selling fragrance on Amazon for a good reason. It's another one that, like I said, regardless of your collection size, whether it's your first bottle or your 50th bottle or your 500th bottle, there's a spot for it in everybody's collection, in my opinion. That's Nautica Voyage. So we're going right back to Versace because this is the quintessential safe work fragrance, in my opinion. Yes, Prada L'Homme has taken the reins as one of the kings of the office, but to me, the absolute king of the office, until further notice, is Versace Pour Homme, also known as Versace Signature. My favorite neroli-based fragrance. It's soapy clean, it's citrusy fresh, it's a little woody in the dry down. Oh man, it's super inviting. Not the strongest performer, but not the worst either. I still can get anywhere from 5 to 7 hours when I wear it. Low end being 5 hours, high end being in the climate controlled environment and spraying my clothes all day, can get in that 7-hour range. It's one you can spray heavy. It doesn't project too hard, but it is noticeable when you walk by somebody. It will stick to you and hang out in the air for a little bit. It's a lovely fragrance. It's another one of those fragrances that's building block type of stuff when you're building a collection. If you're not so heavy on the citrus, but you like the soapier, clean type of light blue freshies, this is the king of that kind of stuff. That neroli really adds that white floral soapy quality that this one's known for. And like I said, it's another one that's quintessential. It's a must in most people's collection, in my opinion. Not too many people don't like this fragrance, for good reason. It's hard not to like. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case for you as well. If you haven't checked this one out for some reason, if you're pretty new to this, you need to get your nose on this. You're most likely going to end up wanting a bottle. One of the best light blue fragrances ever created is Versace Pour Homme. So I just talked about this one in my weekly rotation yesterday. It does fall into that same light blue category, whereas Bleu de Chanel, the eau de toilette, is a straight up blue fragrance. It's got that dark edge with that incense note that's in there. If you were to take away the dark edge of Bleu de Chanel eau de toilette, that incense note, and just leave the fruity citrus, light airy freshness, you would get Acqua Essenziale from Salvatore Ferragamo, the original in the line. This is the light blue fragrance, whereas Acqua Essenziale Blue is the denser, heavier, more powdery floral version. It's the blue fragrance of the collection. And like I said, if Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette has something about it that just doesn't jive with you, which is kind of the case for me, this is the answer to that. I like this one more than Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette, believe it or not. I do have nothing against the EDP, and I love the Parfum. It's rich, woody, warm, zesty, lovely fragrance. Lasts all day on my skin. But the EDT just never really jived with me, and I've come to figure out and understand that it's something about the way that incense note blends in it doesn't work for me, and this is what happens when you take that away. It's very similar to what that would smell like minus that incense note. So if you have a similar issue with Bleu de Chanel EDT that I have, this is the solution right here. Not my favorite fragrance in the world, but a damn good light blue fragrance. It's very good at what it does, especially if you like that Bleu de Chanel type of scent DNA. Again, I'm talking about Acqua Essenziale, Salvatore Ferragamo. While Polo Blue in itself could technically be considered a light blue fragrance, it really is. Some will argue it's a blue fragrance, but it's just too fresh and citrusy to fall into the blue category, in my opinion. It fits better in the light blue category. And to step it up even further from there would be Polo Ultra Blue. It's that much lighter and airy. It's that much fresher. There's some mineral notes here. There's some sharp citrus, and it's super light and fresh. Easy fragrance to like. Easy. The citron is so beautiful in this. Look, it's not some natural citron note, but man, does it smell good. It works in here. It still has a little bit of that shower gel quality, but the citron is so sharp in the citrus note up top that it doesn't allow it to become just a shower gel scent, but it is one of those fragrances that begs you to be outdoors. It really is. It's one that's not going to do a whole lot on your skin if you don't heat it up. I believe it's a heat activated concoction, really. I'm sure that's not how they made it, but for me and the way it acts on my skin, it doesn't really start doing anything for me and start being really noticeable after I spray it until I get in the heat, until my body warms up, starts sweating. Like I said, outdoors. Being outdoors in the summer. That's where this light blue fragrance shines. Ultra blue, being the lightest of the line, it needs the heat. Don't deprive it of the heat. If you're going to get your hands on this one, make sure it's for outdoor settings, because that's where it performs best, really. Polo Ultra Blue, the lightest of the blues. My favorite that I've tried now, I haven't tried them all, favorite Cool Water flanker. More so than the original Cool Water, and I like this one more than Cool Water Intense. And a lot of you guys know I really like Cool Water Intense. I just wore it a few days ago. Love that fragrance. Really good stuff. But Cool Water Wave, Invictus Aqua style, shower gel, aquatic, citrus fresh, woody aromatic. It's got a lot of things going for it. For as simple of a scent as it is, it's got some Sichuan pepper for that fleeting spice. It'll punch you in the nose with a little bit of pepper spice and it starts to fade pretty quickly. That's one of the beauties of Sichuan pepper. It's very fleeting. It's short-lived. It'll hit you, you'll get that spice, and then it'll fade. It allows the fragrance to change. Sichuan pepper is very good at nuancing a fragrance. One of my favorite, probably my favorite spicy note out there, aside from ginger. And it's definitely featured prominently in here. You'll get kind of a spicy shower gel type of smell in the opening, and then as it starts to dry, it gets more woody and aquatic. The citrus comes through for a little bit, and then it fleets and fades as well. It's nothing groundbreaking, but for what it is, it smells damn good. You can spray it really heavy. You can damn near bathe in this fragrance. Nobody's gonna be offended by the way you smell. You're gonna smell so fresh, so clean. You might even surprise yourself. Like I said, nothing groundbreaking. It's more on the generic side than it is on the unique side for sure. No denying that. But it's just something about it. It just works for me. It's pleasant. I love when I wear it. I love when I spray it on. Puts me in a good mood as well. One of my favorite light blue fragrances. It's a straight up cheapie. 20 bucks will get you a 125 milliliter bottle like this. Blind buy worthy, blind buy safe. If you like light blue fragrances or you're just looking for another one of those light blue type of freshies, check out Cool Water Wave. This is some good stuff. So all of this talk about light blue and the topic's light blue, and why aren't we talking about Dolce & Gabbana light blue? So this fits it more so than any of the flankers. Technically, a lot of the flankers can fit in here. Pretty much all of them, including the O Intense. That leans more into blue fragrance territory because it's denser and richer. But it technically could still fall into light blue, not just because of the name. But this is lighter, this is more airy than the O Intense. This is the fragrance that really kicked off this genre. I want to say it was like 05-ish, somewhere around that. Mid-2000s that this came out. Foundational fragrance for me. This kind of changed the game. I've always loved this scent DNA. So good. Compliment factory, versatile for what it is. You can wear this for anything. There's never a bad time, situation, or season to have on Dolce & Gabbana light blue, in my opinion, because it smells that good. It's such a good DNA. This is what really kicked off what I consider a light blue genre, because it's citrusy, it's fresh, it's a little peppery at the same time, a little smoky. It's got some character to it. It's very easy to like. It's super easy to wear. And ladies love the way it smells. All of that works. It's fresh, it's clean, it's inviting, it's appealing. And it's a performer. Not the greatest, but not the worst either. Couldn't have this video topic without what I believe started the whole genre, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. One of my personal favorite cheap fragrances. They show up at Marshall's all the time. 20 bucks will get you a 50 ml, 25 bucks will get you a 100 ml, and it's worth owning. I have multiple bottles of this because I love it. It's super synthetic. If you don't like synthetic, you won't like this. But if you like fresh, clean, and compliment getting, you will like Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct Together. Released from 2020. Mixture of YSL EDT meets Invictus Aqua meets the original First Instinct Eau de Toilette. I find I get a little bit of all three of those. Man, spray that some more. It's so good, guys. Not a beast. Some people have told me they only get 3 or 4 hours. I get about 5, but it is very loud in the first few hours. It definitely projects really heavy. It will reach out and grab somebody in my experience. I like wearing it out the shower. I like wearing it around town. I like wearing it to run errands. I like wearing it to work. I just like wearing it. It's that good. Not just because of the color, but it's definitely a superstar cheap light blue fragrance. If performance is the utmost important thing to you in longevity, then you're going to miss out on this one, I guess, because it's not a super strong performer in longevity. It projects really heavy for about 2 hours for me. Some people may only get an hour. Some people may get an hour and a half. Some people may get more than the 2 hours I get. If you're looking for a 10-hour fragrance, this ain't it. But if you're looking for something that smells incredible for a cheap Abercrombie & Fitch fragrance, think about that. That shows up at the rack stores all the time, that's pretty easy to get your hands on, that will get you some compliments. You need to give it a shot. It's only going to cost you 20 bucks for a bottle like this. Abercrombie & Fitch, First Instinct Together. Next, this was from the House of Bentley, what I considered the best light blue style fragrance they had from the house until Silverlake came along. But I still think it's good enough to be here. That's why it's here. I'm talking about Momentum Unlimited. So it's going to be hard to focus because this is a mirrored piece of plastic plate right here. So I'll just do that so it'll focus on the rest of the bottle. But again, fits the theme in color, but mainly in scent profile. Grapefruit, fresh vetiver, slight ambroxan note, and some leather, believe it or not. It does the leather does a nice blend in here with that vetiver. It gives it a little bit of character and depth. It's not a beast. It's 5, 6, 7 hour fragrance in that range. Average territory. Hour and a half arm's length projection. Average territory. But it doesn't smell like all the rest of the fragrances in this video. You can tell it fits this style of light blue fragrances, what I have touted as a light blue fragrance style. It fits it perfectly, but it kind of has its own little twist. It doesn't smell groundbreaking and extremely different, but it has more character than some of the others in here because of the way the vetiver and leather blend in here, which you think a prominent vetiver and leather note isn't really going to work with super light and fresh, but it really does. They did a good job with this one. Not too many people talk about it. $26 to $32 range from discounters. Get you a 100 ml bottle, and it's still noteworthy in my opinion. I've talked about this one a few times on my channel. I did a full review on it. Seems like forever ago, but it's worth checking out. If some of these seem a little boring to you, you've had them in the past, or you tried them before, or you have them already, this is a little half step out of the norm for a light blue fragrance. Maybe check out Bentley Unlimited, Momentum Unlimited. And last but not least, this came out before Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, don't get me wrong, so, you know, pay homage to one of the originators for this light blue, super fresh type of style. This is the famed Azzaro Chrome. Respect your elders kind of thing, because this is, for my generation, it's an old fragrance, but it still works. It's metallic, it's fresh, it's citrus, it's a little aquatic, it's light and airy. It's a light blue fragrance. They seem to always, well, not always, but most of the time, color the juice or the bottle accordingly for what I consider a light blue fragrance. And it's still a good one. Even to this day, it still works. It doesn't smell dated. It smells like it came out last year. You know, it's Super clean and fresh. It's citrusy, it's aquatic, and that metallic nature that it has is that signature thumbprint that Azzaro Chrome is known for. It's present in a lot of its flankers, Under the Pole, Extreme. It's even present in Aqua. Definitely present in Chrome Legend, because that one's super sharp and metallic up top. Like I said, this is one of those fragrances, when it comes to light blue, the others in this video need to respect their elder, which is exactly what Chrome is. Well guys, that's the 15 I have for you today, and until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. What in this video do you have already, or have you tried in the past, or did you have before? What in this video intrigues you and you need to get your nose on it and see if it's for you? I'm hoping there's a few that's the case, where you just haven't tried them yet, and hopefully it'll be some good discoveries and suggestions for you, because when it comes to blue and light blue, that's my jam. They're easy to wear, they're enjoyable, and they're pleasing to others around you. If you don't want to offend any noses, these are some damn good fragrances for it. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the 15 featured in this video and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.